from Brogdon to another Eastern Conference team that's looking to trade away a piece that we actually talked about in the show last week was a Terrence Ross. So Orlando Magic, the rumor is that Magic are willing to move off of Terrence Ross for 2 second-round picks. That's what they're looking for, 2 second-round picks. So my question to you guys is that something you guys would do? Would you guys trade 2 second-round picks for Terrence Ross to come off the bench for us?
2 second-round picks?
Get down to 1.
I would try to get down to 1 and maybe an additional reserve player, but I would try to get down to 1 second round. I mean, because it's not that he isn't worth 2 second-round picks. It's just that you can always use those second-round picks for something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how I see it. That I don't think you want to just. I think you kind of want to leave some cushion to make moves elsewhere.
You think he'd be a good difference maker for this team to come off the bench?
I think it would definitely help us. I think
man.
It would definitely help us. I mean, he's a streaky, but he can get hot. And I think when he has those nights and he has those games, and you utilize it, and sometimes that's what you need. And I think he would be a guy that can help us out. I believe that. I think I said that the last show. I thought that he was a guy. Just depending on what you gave up for him, but I do think that he's a guy that can fit a role for us, and maybe that could be sort of the offense-defense guy at 3 with Teja's guy. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get a guy like that because when he's in there and everybody know that he can heat up, defensive teams or teams change how they play you defensively based on who's in there. So it's just, it's something that, with his size, I don't know if maybe you guys would know a little better than me if we had someone as similar to him off the bench that could play crucial minutes.
I mean, Isaiah Joe, build-wise, it is kind of like Terrence Ross, but build-wise, but he's so young. And we don't.
Yeah, I'm saying as far as what he's done in the league, have we had a guy like that coming off the bench?
No, I don't think so. Now, speaking of 6-man position, I think Ross would be a great 6-man spark off the bench. This goes back to why I'm not a huge. I don't love the Barton thing because I think that kind of guy is so good for our second unit. And I started looking into the comparison between those two, right? So Barton and him, same exact height. They're both 6'6". Ross is listed at about 25 pounds heavier than Barton. And keep in mind, Ross's minutes last year plummeted because Orlando just wanted to go young. So it was the first time in his career that he had under 10 shot attempts a game since 2017. But the last 4 years, him and Barton averaged the same exact points to like a decimal. Barton edges him out at rebounds and assists by almost like 2 more a game. 3-point percentages are close to 35 and 36. And Barton makes about 3 more million than Ross does. So I think he'd come back. I think he'd return to form once you put him on a team, like a contending team that he wants to, play hard for and go back to that role. And we know he's okay being coming off the bench. You wouldn't complain like Barton. So, get out of Disney World and come over to Philly, man. And I'd love that. And the price tags would be much lower. I think I'm assuming Denver wants more for Barton than a couple of seconds, right? If we can get a guy close to Barton to do that role off the bench, then I'd love that. I'm all for Ross.
His contract, so 2 second-round picks, what would we have to throw with that to kind of make that equal?
Green.
Oh, so it'd be like a swap, 2 seconds in green for that. We keep our first, then we can package our first for something.
I don't think we have any seconds this year, though. That's the problem. So you have to make future second.
Oh.
And I know the ruling is for first round picks. So it's seconds you trade. I don't know.
I don't know you can trade multiple. I believe you can trade multiple second round picks
in a row, like years in a row.
Second picks. No, you can't do first, but
yeah, I'm not sure if it's limited to seconds. So if it's not, if we can keep our first, then yeah, that'd be green and that. I mean, that'd be great. And then you could try to trade contract and your first for something else you want to try. So yeah, I'm in. I'm shopping at Ross.
And Eric had it last week that Terrence Ross was the guy he was looking at. So Eric, Nostradamus over there, Eric.
Man,
I'm trying, just guessing. Yes, a little guesswork here. Teja got all the facts. I just do a little guesswork.